Ralf Schumacher thinks Ferrari could be a future team for Max Verstappen. Verstappen has been heavily linked to an Aston Martin move, as well as Mercedes, of course, but Schumacher reckons Ferrari cannot be forgotten as they're known to attract big-name drivers. Well, before we crack on, if you could quickly hit that subscribe button down below, I'd greatly appreciate it. That way you help support the channel as we approach the new season. Thank you very much. As Red Bull Racing's competitiveness has dwindled, rumors about Verstappen potentially moving elsewhere have gained traction in recent months. Despite being under contract until 2028, the Dutchman has been constantly linked to other teams. Schumacher knows Ferrari attract champions like his brother very often, and they shouldn't be counted out. Quote, Mercedes still has the problem of not really knowing which development direction to take. That does worry me, but if both drivers work well together, there's also a chance that Toto Wolff will not want to sacrifice anyone. It is also a financial issue because Max Verstappen is not exactly cheap. If I had two drivers now, both driving well, that would also be an option. The longer I think about it, the more I feel it would make sense for Verstappen to go to Aston Martin at some point. Ferrari is a less mentioned option, but depending on how long he stays at Red Bull, even Ferrari could still be an option. You can never forget about them either. Over to Alpine advisor Flavio Briatore, who thinks the French team should be winning races by next year and contending for the title the year after. Certainly not a lack of ambition from the Italian. It's been 8 months since Briatore returned to the F1 grid, coming in at Alpine during the Spanish Grand Prix weekend. Since then, the team announced it will stop being a works team next year, switching to Mercedes power instead. A double podium was also scored at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, but Briatore, who turned Benetton and Renault into championship-winning teams, is aiming much higher than that. Quote, this season is important because we need to be preparing ourselves for 2026 when we need to start winning races. In 26 we have the Mercedes engine, and in the meantime we need to fit in more people with experience in our team. It is the same as at Benetton. People said it was a joke because we were a t-shirt maker, but after we started winning some races, everybody wanted to come to the team. People started paying attention in the same way as Renault. If everybody is working together, I believe in 2026 it is possible to be winning races, and in 2027 fighting for the championship. In case you didn't know, the Spanish Grand Prix will be driven in Madrid rather than Barcelona starting next year. The circuit now has a name and a layout ahead of its 10-year stay in F1. The Circuit de Catalunya will disappear from the F1 calendar for now, although it has been made clear that a race in Madrid doesn't mean there can't be one in Barcelona in the future. Teams will test in Montmeló at the start of 2026, but that will be the last we will see of the track in the near future. The new circuit in the Spanish capital is a ring around part of Madrid, and it is called, wait for it, the Madring. I know, very original. Anyway, it's a 5.474 kilometer long hybrid circuit, so part circuit and part street circuit. It will be in the eastern outskirts of the city, with the lap time estimated to be slightly over a minute and a half. The first Spanish Grand Prix in Madrid will take place on September 6th, 2026. Well, that's it from me for now. I'll be back later today with this week's GP Fans special, so look out for that. For now, though, thank you so much for watching.